worse when we're talking about or hearing speculation about you fighting somebody that literally fights 3 weight divisions.
Excited, you know, this is the biggest fight of my career, if it happened, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Amir Crawford?
Yeah.
I think Canelo just too big for Crawford. I mean, Terence Crawford is another, amazing fighter.
Stephen A. Smith gave a clear warning to Terence Crawford in a live interview, saying he's completely against the fight with Canelo Alvarez. Smith said he doesn't like the matchup at all and thinks it's a really bad decision. In his view, Crawford is naturally much smaller than Canelo by about 3 weight classes, and that makes it an unfair fight. He advised Crawford to think twice, as the size and strength gap could put him at serious risk.
Reaction to the idea of Crawford versus Canelo?
I hate it. I don't like it one bit. I think that Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I think that Canelo is one of those folks. But Canelo is fighting at 168, which means he's walking around.
Former world champion Amir Khan, who fought Canelo in 2016, gave a serious warning to Crawford. Khan said he made the mistake of ignoring the weight difference and called Canelo a monster in the ring. He admitted that the experience showed him exactly why weight classes are so important.
Canelo's the beast, man. Canelo's the beast. And you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase Amir with a fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career then as well. So, whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But, yeah, I was boxing well. But you know, one thing, size, now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally, I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. I still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, but Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better.
Boxing legend Julio Caesar Chavez Sr. didn't hold back when sharing his thoughts. He said Crawford should avoid fighting Canelo at 168 pounds because he's sure Crawford would get knocked out. Chavez respects Crawford's skills, but feels that at super middleweight Canelo is just too strong and powerful. With his years of experience in the sport, Chavez's warning is something to take seriously.
The two fighters are gonna be different weight classes, even though they're gonna fight on a specific weight. He believes that they're just going because of the money, Crawford, but probably Canelo's gonna knock him out.
Despite all the warnings, Crawford is standing firm in his belief. He's openly said that he's taken on fighters bigger than Canelo in the past and trusts that his skills are enough to beat him. Crawford believes Canelo's real edge is his size, not his boxing ability. This strong self-belief is a big reason fans admire him. He's never avoided tough fights and always believes he can figure out how to win, but as many experts point out, facing Canelo at 168 pounds could be a whole new level of challenge.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
A tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
In a live interview, Smith gave a direct warning, saying Crawford is just too small for this fight. He pointed out that moving up 3 weight classes is a huge step, and history shows it rarely works out for the smaller fighter. While he respects Crawford's talent, Smith thinks the size gap could be a serious problem. He said Crawford should drop the idea, and even if he lands good shots, they might not be enough to hurt someone as strong as Canelo.
Let me tell you what I think should be going. The notion that
Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it. And lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Respected coach Joel Diaz also spoke out strongly, saying the thought of Crawford beating Canelo is unrealistic. He stressed the big size difference and reminded everyone that Canelo has defeated top fighters at super middleweight and even light heavyweight. From his experience as a trainer, Diaz sees this as a clear mismatch that could end badly for Crawford.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez would take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat.
Sean Garcia shared the same view, saying that even though Crawford is a great boxer, Canelo's size and experience make the fight extremely difficult. Garcia said no matter how skilled Crawford is, Canelo is simply too big. Stephen A. Smith also recognized Crawford's talent and success at welterweight, but raised a key question: can he actually hurt Canelo? He pointed out that even if Crawford boxes well, it won't make a difference if he can't land hard enough shots to make Canelo take him seriously. Without real power to keep Canelo off him, Crawford might be putting himself in a very dangerous situation.
My initial reaction would be to say that I think that Crawford would be the superior boxer, as great as Canelo is, as seasoned as he is, with 65 fights, if I recall, on his record. I think boxing-wise, he's going to give Canelo fits. Don't believe he can hurt Canelo. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. Again, Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, he can't keep him off of him. He says it's a legacy fight, and he believes he can do the same, and he wants to do the same against a fighter the caliber of Canelo Alvarez, which is why we haven't really seen him in the ring against anybody else. Fortunately, that's the business of boxing. He's a victim of it, not a...
Promoter Eddie Hearn called the matchup a freak fight. While he respects both Crawford and Canelo, he warned that the size gap makes it look more like a show than a real contest. Hearn said even if Crawford does well, fans might not fully appreciate it because of the obvious size difference. And if Canelo wins, people may not give him much credit either, since many will see it as a fight he was expected to win from the start.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35. 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
Trainer Robert Garcia had a different take, saying that a lot of fans just aren't interested in this fight. He feels the boxing world would rather see Crawford face someone closer to his weight or a top name at 154 or 160 pounds. Garcia thinks this fight feels unnatural and doesn't have the balanced competition that makes a great fight exciting and unforgettable.
I want to see Crawford versus Canelo. I think people are going to say, oh, that's too much, moving up 2 more weight divisions, 2 more. Thank you, my man. Thank you. I don't think it's going to be, I don't think that'll bring that much attention anymore, because I think if you were going out there and destroy this guy, then okay, he can move up and fight against Canelo. But I I think it'll be hard for people to buy that. You know, that he could fight somebody like Canelo, because Canelo's just too big. That's 2 weight divisions.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult offered a serious take, saying he's personally heard the power behind Canelo's punches up close and doesn't believe Crawford could handle that kind of impact. While he respects Crawford's skill and toughness, he pointed out that taking punches at 168 pounds is a whole different challenge compared to 147, and just one clean shot from Canelo could completely shift the fight.
Spaceman Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo Crawford?
Yeah. Got Canelo. I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches. I know he's a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody can do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that would be tough.
He'll pay the bill. That's why Canelo's skillful too.
Check out the projected odds that came out. One of the odds projectors say Canelo is opening up as the favorite, -130. Crawford is +100. That's damn near 50-50. Another one says Canelo Alvarez is the favorite, -185. Crawford is the underdog, only +55. Let me tell you something. If those are the odds on my booking come day one, I'm max betting Canelo Alvarez. I could give a damn. If y'all mean to tell me that y'all think it's 50-50, I'ma empty my account on Canelo Alvarez. I don't have to bet KO, none of that shit. If y'all think it's that close, I'ma empty my account. $30,000, I can give a shit. I'm about to come up. I was gonna bet on Crawford thinking he'd be the huge underdog.
In a back and forth with veteran boxing journalist Dan Raphael, Stephen A. Smith repeated his doubts about Crawford being able to win. Raphael disagreed on one point, saying Crawford wouldn't take the fight just for money, he'd go in with the intention to win. Still, Raphael admitted it would be a huge challenge, and Crawford would need to fight a nearly flawless fight just to have a real shot.
I think Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he can outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go back way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions, and a lot of those of us in the media, and I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention, and he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember Stephen A., all of us looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all hype about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round one, or there might have been some much more trouble. Stephen A., that was like, I don't know, 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes, do any damage. Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. He gave him a good fight. It was very close. Madrimov, people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Madrimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo, I don't think, really tried.
Former super middleweight champion Carl Froch spoke out against the fight, saying it wouldn't be a good matchup. He believes the difference in size and strength is just too much, and that Crawford won't be able to keep up with someone as physically strong as Canelo. Froch cautioned that fans expecting a thrilling battle might end up let down.
Las Vegas, now that is a fight that I'm expecting to be very good. I think it's going to be tough for Crawford. He's not big enough, I don't think. He's just not got that size. Don't get me wrong, he'll stack some pounds on and he'll grow. He's obviously bigger than his fight weight, but Canelo Alvarez has been up at light heavyweight. I know he's been up at, light heavyweight. He beat Kovalev, and then he's dropped back down now to super middle because he's probably not big enough for light heavyweight, lost to Bivol, and he's probably realised actually that's probably a step too far. But Terence Crawford, what is he, 147 pound, one of the best to do it in the business. But to come up, we know what it's like when people come up from welterweight and try and try and succeed a couple of weight divisions above their weight. It's tough, it's difficult.
Despite all the concern and negative opinions, Terence Crawford still wants the fight, and a lot of fans are backing him because they admire his hunger for greatness and tough challenges. Crawford has never been afraid to take risks, and for him this fight could be a defining moment. If he manages to pull off the upset, it's a huge gamble, but the potential reward has captured the attention of boxing fans everywhere.
I just feel if Terence Crawford's going to have a fight again, and I look at the options on the table, there's no one he wants to fight 154 pounds. There isn't. He doesn't want to fight Fundora. He's not going to fight Virgil Ortiz. He's not going to fight Boychuk. These aren't sexy names. These are just not names that he even gets out for a jog for. The only name he wants to fight is Canelo. So for me, I feel like I'm more closer to Crawford fighting than Crawford not fighting. And if Crawford's going to fight, then it has to be Canelo. But look, we'll see. That's a dream one for me. I think I said that on my wish list for 2025. I said Crawford, Canelo. I think all the others will come true. I just want this one to come true. It's a crazy fight. There's almost too much weight between the two, but I agree. Hey, this is boxing.
Heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua shared a more hopeful opinion. He admitted there's a big size difference, but said the real question is who wants it more. He believes that if Crawford stays focused and prepares properly, he still has a chance to shock people. Joshua said Crawford has something to prove, and that kind of motivation can lead to a performance that goes beyond what anyone expects.
No, so that would be good. And then I feel like Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. showed us that weight is good. Like, there are weight categories for a reason, but you know, providing they're both skilled and talented, there's not much difference in weight. It's just who wants to win. And watching that fight, Conor Benn and Chris Eubank just showcased that weight is, it's all about that. You know, so I'm looking forward to the Crawford and Canelo fight because I feel like Bud wants to like prove a point. You know what I mean? So it'll be a good fight. Bud just over there a second ago. Calling him Bud like I know him, but Terence Crawford was just over there to me.
Boxing legend Oscar de la Hoya shared a classic truth from the sport: a good smaller fighter usually can't beat a good bigger one. He respects Crawford's ability, but feels the odds aren't in his favor. In boxing, size, strength, and toughness often make the difference, and Canelo has all of those in a big way.
Part of it. William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Pack Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out.
Teofimo Lopez, known for his sharp breakdowns, praised Canelo's ring intelligence and physical edge. He said Crawford is a top-level fighter, but going up against someone with Canelo's mix of smarts, experience, and power is a huge challenge, especially at a weight class Crawford has never fought in before.
Crawford, Canelo, who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yeah.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should try and test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo. But hey, they say he's a dog, he's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out till that day comes.
It's the only way, but I definitely think that it's a great fight overall. You know, black and brown is how you get down.
Canelo Alvarez has a record in career that few can match. He's taken on and beaten champions in multiple weight classes, and most recently added another title by beating William Skull. Whether the detail is confirmed or not, it doesn't change the fact that Canelo has constantly proven himself. He's a powerhouse at 168, and for a welterweight, moving up facing him is a major challenge.
Bud versus Canelo, based on last fight, is a 50-50. So Canelo fights an undisputed champ, up-and-coming former champion, and an up-and-coming undefeated contender. And somehow those three last opponents are somehow compared to Bud's Madrimov fight, making it a 50-50 fight?
That's all for today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for what's coming next.